Scanner companies love to talk about speed. Our machine scans X slides per hour. But those numbers, they're usually based on perfect, ideal lab conditions, like scanning a teeny tiny, perfectly uniform piece of tissue. So some researchers decided to look past all the marketing hype and actually measure what happens in a real, busy lab with messy, complicated, real-world samples.
And they focused on this new metric right here, total scan time. This is the key. It completely redefines what we mean by fast. It's not just how quickly the machine runs, it's the whole process, including all the time a highly trained technician spends loading slides, setting things up, fixing problems, and checking the quality.
So when they started measuring this total scan time, they found where the real bottleneck in a modern digital lab actually is. And trust me, it was not what most people thought.
And boom, this chart says it all. What they found was mind-blowing. The technician's manual hands-on time could be more than half, 52% of the entire process. Let that sink in. The person was working on the process for longer than the machine was actually scanning.
So what does this all mean? The real bottleneck isn't the scanner itself, it's the workflow around the scanner. The human factor, that's the biggest cost and the biggest barrier to being truly efficient.
This discovery is forcing a complete rethink of the whole strategy. People are starting to realize the answer isn't just building a faster machine. The real innovators think we need to build a much smarter system that completely changes the way labs work. And in response to that challenge, a whole new philosophy has popped up, and it's summed up perfectly by this bold claim. We're not just trying to make the manual work a little bit easier. The goal now is to get rid of it entirely. How do you do that? Well, with a completely new type of system. This is not just another scanner. It's a complete end-to-end lab automation system, and it's all powered by robotics. So what does a true hands-off process look like? Imagine this. A technician takes baskets of slides right from the stainer, loads them into the system, and just walks away. That's it. The system figures out which cases are urgent, scans everything, and then stores the slides. If a pathologist needs a rescan later, the system does it automatically. And at the very end, it even sorts the slides into archive boxes.
All of this works because different technologies are integrated to work together as one. At the heart of it all is a super reliable robotic arm that does all the physical work. You've got this thing called a slide hotel, which is exactly what it sounds like. It keeps slides for open cases ready for instant access, so no one's hunting for them by hand. A pathologist can request a rescan right from their computer and get it in minutes. The whole thing is designed to be a continuous load-and-go operation, so the lab can literally run 24/7 with very little human intervention.
So what we're really talking about here isn't just an upgrade. This is a fundamental revolution in how we even think about the work that happens in a modern pathology lab. For years, the whole conversation was about the scanner specs. How fast is it? What's the resolution? But the new, and frankly the much smarter question, is about the entire workflow. How do we automate all the manual steps so we can free up our most valuable resource, the time and the brainpower of our lab experts?
So as labs are facing that rising tide of cases we talked about, this is the big strategic question they have to answer. Are they just buying another piece of hardware to patch a hole, or are they ready to invest in a completely new way of working that's actually built for the future of medicine?